All right. Well, welcome to the high speed traveling on the interstate. I-70 westbound, Ohio, exit 14. Big John, good morning, sir. We apparently have an accident up here. I've already been sitting in it for a good 20 odd minutes. So apparently a truck missing its cab and maybe something else, I don't know. We will see when we actually finally get to it. I mean, I've already been in this for a little over 3 miles when I got to where traffic was coming to a halt. And we've been creeping, stop, start. So I see an ambulance or a fire truck up there. On the opposite side, I don't know what else is, I don't know what's going on in my, on my side here. I can finally see a flashing lights there on the on-ramp. But I'm 12 foot wide. And yes, I am running the zipper here so I can, you know, force people to merge over so it keeps traffic flowing at least a little bit as good as possible. And we're finally getting to where they have the lane closed up here. Right lane is closed at the 14 bridge.
So which lane is open now, right or left? Oh no, I'll let you know, driver.
You get in the left-hand lane first, and after the initial group, we're going to move over to the right-hand lane after the on-ramp.
I'm going in the right direction.
Right lane is closed after the bridge, exit 14.
Anyone ever figure out what lane's really open?
Left lane is open. Then a quick jog to the right lane after the on-ramp.
No, this knucklehead in front of me is going to let us know nothing. I'll tell you for $1. How much $2? See what I say, these knuckleheads ain't going to tell us nothing. They're fucking idiots.
Left lane open. Then it shifts to the right lane. Left lane is open. Pay attention.
They're moving us over to the right lane. And I'm not charging you nothing. Oh, we appreciate that.
Chevy pickup, straight truck, and a tractor trailer.
They're doing, we're doing a zip around or some dumb shit. Gotta be over on your left, then you go over to your right.
Chevy Silverado, front end, airbag blown. Load 1 Expediter truck. Sitting there on the shoulder, right hand. Left hand lane, after the on-ramp, truck with the cab damaged.
You gotta be in your left lane. See, somebody just said the right lane, so I move over there, and I gotta move over back and down.
Left lane, we jog over to the right. Go to your left.
You gotta get Take your Prozac, just calm down. Prozac, that's what kind of shit twists me up with that one. Well, do that too. Just calm down there, driver. Gotta be over in your left lane first.
Calm down, driver. Calm down, driver. We'll cuddle up to your boyfriend. It'll be okay.
Oh, we were calling back when we could smoke weed out here. What the hell happened? Shit. All these accidents back there. Now once you get over on your left, think back over to your right. There's 2 different brakes here. That's the 1-9.
Alrighty. So that was a good waste of almost half an hour. Alright, so we still got 14 miles to Indiana. We got about 20 miles to our turn onto 149B, which is US 35. We are still stuck at 55 miles an hour all the way. So it sucks. Eastbound. Right accident, sitting in the right shoulder at the 14. So, here we are. Now we finally got past that. We lost about a good 25, 30 minutes of our day. Creeping along for 3.5 miles. Ain't nothing we can do about it except just deal with it. Like I said, we got about 12 miles to the border now with Indiana. We're going to get off of I-70. We're going to take a couple of different roads, working our way up to I-69. Ah, lordy, lordy, lordy. So a whole lot of no fun today. But we can only do what we can do. All right. Eaton. We've stopped up here several times in the past. Not too bad. Eaton, Greenville, whatever. We are just going to roll along as we can. Skyline chili. I still haven't ever tried that. Maybe one day we'll try it. I was hoping to be in Indiana by 10 o'clock at the latest, but I was actually hoping to be there by 9 a.m. But that just wasn't going to happen anyway, so never mind. So you got the TA. Got the pilot. I believe there's, if I remember right, there's a Love's up here too on the north side. I think. It's been a while since I've been through here, so it's like some things you forget. But we're just going to make our way as we can. There's nothing I can really do about it. You know, we're stuck on a particular set of roads, you know, laid out on the permit. We have curfew times in the morning and the evening, and certain stretches of highway. You know, we have a speed which we cannot exceed of 55 miles an hour, which sucks. I was really hoping that I could have made it to Iowa 80 at least. Well, really, I wanted to make it all the way to my headquarters there in Minnesota, but A, waiting 4.5 hours for permits, that didn't help. B, the factory where I'm loading didn't load me at the time I was told. It was later. I mean, they were nice guys, but it just wasn't just not that conducive, you know, so. Good morning, Bill. 457. How you doing, sir? Well, whatever. You know, it's just it's part of trucking. You know, you can cry and complain about it all we want, which we do. You know, just a vent to get it out of the system. Then it's over and done with. But it's still not enjoyable. You know. So that accident there, Chevy short bed pickup, a small straight truck, you know, for load one expediter truck, and then looked like a full-on Volvo, you know, a 780 maybe. or an 860, whatever they're up to now. Looked like a newer one. And then of course another little car that went across the median over into the shoulder of the eastbound side with some front end damage. So somebody was doing something wrong, obviously. And since it occurred right after the off-ramp, I'm thinking somebody did something wrong at the off-ramp and it carried on to the other side of the bridge right before the on-ramp. And then the domino effect, this one affected that one, affected that one, affected that one, and it all came to a stop after the off-ramp. That's what it looks like to me. Right now, there's just nothing. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, we are coming up on the border here in about, I don't know how many miles. Alright, we are at mile marker number 5. Off to our north side of the highway, right at the state line. And then on the other side in Indiana is Richmond, Indiana. Then, like I said, we're going to be getting off at exit 149. Yeah. And actually, the only reason we're getting off there is because the permit that we have is covering my 12-foot wide load here, and apparently there's something on the road here in Indiana that prevents a 12-foot wide load going by, so we got to take more local roads because for some reason that's safer. I don't know. So we're getting off on US 35. Then we're going to make a left hand onto US 36. We're going to take that over to State Road 109. We're going to make a right onto that, take that north. That'll take us up to, what town is this here? We'll take that up to Anderson, Indiana. We'll make a left, we'll get onto I-69. I believe we're going to make a left-hand turn onto I-69. Then we will come back down to 465. And instead of going the short way around the north side, we're going to go the long way around the south side on 465 over to I-74. Then over near, what is that, Danville, Illinois, I believe it is. We'll cross into Illinois there. Let's see, we got, I think we're going to stop over there in, at the Pilot Flying J there in Crawfordsville. I'm going to top up my fuel, and I'll do my 30-minute break there. It's not a great place, but it's okay. Like I said, we'll stop there, we'll top up our fuel and our DEF. We'll get this month's points thing set. So we'll fill today at 1 point per gallon for fuel. and deaf, which will take us into the next tier of 1.5 points per gallon for fuel. Deaf is always at 1 point. But diesel, that'll be at what is with you? Alrighty. Ohio, come back soon. Not after that adventure. No, thank you, sir. So 361,452 miles on the truck, entering here into Illinois. I said,
Oh, you cocksucker, man. You working the schoolhouse today?
all right, it is 10:19 in the morning. Ah, man, it's a little rougher there, Indiana.
Hey, you cocksucker, you working at the schoolhouse today? I'll ask for somebody else, but I can keep that 150 bucks.
Now, we're in a work zone. You could not, I don't know, not speed there, jackass.
Clean inspection.
What is wrong with you? I swear, people just, got his wife in the car, passing a wide load who needs that extra room on the driver's side, 55-mile-an-hour speed limit, yet speeding, passing in a work zone next to a wide load. That's the kind of crap that really pisses me off on the highway. And not only did it, but did it with his wife in the car. That really shows the lack of being a man to me. Had the lack of respect just for himself, just for somebody else, but even more importantly, lack of respect for his wife. Amazing. And this guy can't even merge on the highway properly. Oh, Lord, I tell you. All right, so like I said, 5 miles ahead. Damn, come on. Come on, Indiana, fix these dang roads. I said 5 miles ahead, we're going to get off on exit 149B. Take that north off the road. Work our way over to Anderson, where we're going to get back on. We're going to get back on the interstate, I-69. That's going to take us into Indianapolis. So we're going to add another 25-ish miles, roughly, to get to the same exact point because of the restrictions here for width on the highway. Oh yeah, it really does amaze me. I mean, I'm not claiming perfection by any stretch of the imagination. But if I had my wife in a car right next to me, I'm not going to drive like a horny teenager, 16 years old with their license in their dad's car, driving like an idiot. Just call me crazy, but I just don't think that's the way you show love and respect to your wife. maybe I'm weird. Maybe I have a skewed sense of reality that acting that way is inappropriate. But that's just me. You know, Lord. Oh, whatever, you know, it's like, I complain about it all I want. But nothing's going to change until that particular person decides to change. And the chances of that happening are very, very slim. You can never force change on somebody. They have to be willing to do it themselves. I mean, I know, when it comes to speeding, I learned that lesson a long, long time ago, back when I was 18 years old, 19 years old. My first year of actually having a driver's license. You know, driving a 1975 Chevy short bed pickup, a Saginaw transmission up on the tree. You know, it's just, you know, it's like, oh yeah, it's great, I'm going fast. It's like, okay, but what am I gaining? Oh, I'm going to gain a speeding ticket. I'm going to lose my license. I'm going to lose the car. You know, it's going to cost me more in insurance and fines and okay, so why am I doing that? And here I am, 50 years old now. It doesn't pay, you know. All right, here's the loves I was thinking about. Hey. Man. Getting beat up on the interstate. Rough. Man. Mile marker 150.
First exit on the right, onto US Highway 35.
Yeah. Oh, lordy. Roadex.com. Hey, truckers, start your own company and be the boss. Not everybody is qualified to be their own boss. You know, it takes more than just owning the title to a truck and picking your loads to owning a truck and being your own boss. It's sleepless nights, it's overtime, it's fidgeting and fussing about every little detail that you could possibly fuss and fidget over. I have never stopped at this Love's. And we're not stopping at it again today. There you go. Alright. So, we got about 19 miles up here to US 36. We're currently on US 35, Indiana 38, North US 75. Or US 35, sorry. So instead of leaving me on the interstate and making sure the road is wide enough for trucks to go down, they're going to put oversized loads and trucks here onto the back roads. That's a lot narrower with pedestrian, farm equipment, intersections, red lights, mailboxes, driveways, schools, houses, businesses. This is so much safer. It's like this signboard right here. You know, I got to be worried about hitting this. You know, mailboxes. I got to be worried about hitting that. You know, it's like, Oh, lordy, lordy, lordy. Oh yeah, I mean I've had people in my very first year, why don't you go be a lease operator, owner operator? It's like, and I told them, I don't know enough. I do not have the requisite skill, knowledge, and experience to do that. Oh, you make so much more money. Well, it's not just about the money. I mean, there's a lot of truck drivers out there who go being an owner operator, being a lease operator, and their truck breaks down, and now they're stone broke, and now they got nothing. You know, it's like they lost everything because, you know, that has had a stretch of bad luck or whatnot. You know, yellow sign here, watch out for the Amish buggies. Yes, even in Indiana, you do have the Amish. There are Amish that have moved all the way out to Colorado. So, Nolan's Fork Creek. Yeah, I mean, it's not just the truck driving. It's the loads, it's the paperwork, it's the finances, it's the insurance, it's the maintenance, it's, you know, it's all the other laws you got to deal with. It's the, you know, it's not as simple as, oh, I'm paying a little extra money to lease the truck and I get a lot more in my pocket. So it's never been something that I wanted to rush into. I mean, here I am in my 5th year of driving, and only at this point in time do I feel I have that requisite knowledge and experience. You know, and it's still hard to pull that trigger and say, okay, I'm going to do it. I mean, it's not just what's going on immediately, what's going to go on for the rest of the year, what's going to go on next year, what's going to go on the year after that, you know.
curve
You know,
ahead.
it's not a simple thing, you know. Well, me and my wife have been talking about it, and I think I might be making that jump. I mean, like I said, I'm not just watching what I want right now or what I want 2 and 3 years down the road. It's also what is truly viable, what is truly beneficial. Just because I want it doesn't mean it's going to be a good thing. I want a banana split and a corn dog right now. Doesn't mean I get to have it. Doesn't mean that it's good for me. You know, I would really love to have a 76-foot sailboat and sail around the world with no job whatsoever for the rest of my life. I would love that. It's not going to happen. Unless I win the lottery, that ain't going to happen. And even then, I have to ask my wife's permission for us to go do it. You know, it's like having a Pepsi. I have my wife's permission to have 1 Pepsi per week. That sucks. But ultimately, that's better for me to not have something. It's enough to drive somebody crazy sometimes. You know, there's some things that we do that are absolutely necessary. They're neither good nor bad, they just are. There are times we have to do things that are not good for us in the immediate time, no, not at the moment, but they're better for us later on. And then there are things that we do or don't do at the moment that will benefit us to an even greater extent in the future. So it's,
Speed limit reduced ahead.
we always have to play those games. So, you know,
Right curve ahead. Speed limit reduced ahead.
up here, and this is Williamsburg, Indiana. The old church there. I don't know what it is now, but small town America. In a traffic jam right here in the middle of town. And see, that's the kind of sign I want to see on the highway. Asking, please. You know, that's, you know, I like seeing that once in a while. You know, just please. Thank you. You know. Yeah, you know, they're out there in what the hell is that town there in Kansas? Now, there's a little town I've been through several times going north and south in Kansas. They have the radar signs for the speed limit. And if you exceed the speed, they will tell you what the speeding ticket fine is going to be. And I think that's a great idea. I wish I could see more of that elsewhere. But only in that one town did I ever see that. They tell you what speed limit is, they tell you what speed you're doing, they tell you how much the fine is going to be. I like that. I like stopping and going through that little.
Right curve ahead.
All right. Like I said, it's just little things like that. I mean, like up there in Livingston, Montana. You get off at the, there in Livingston to go to the town pump, which is the convenience store truck stop up there in Montana. It's right next to the Albertsons grocery store. The Arby's is shut down, but there's a McDonald's across the street, whatnot. But I stayed there last December. I was there for Christmas, and somebody came around on all the truck drivers' mirrors. They hung little gift baskets, little gift bags, a couple bars of chocolate, a thank you card, a little toiletry bag. It's little tiny things like that that make life a lot nicer. I mean, let's see, Wednesday, I got to Newburgh, New York. I had to reserve a parking spot, so I had a place to park. And there was a gentleman, I believe he was driving a Prime truck. Very right on the grass. Well, you know, I got over, knocked on the door. Hey, sir, you know, could I ask a favor? Could you move over one spot? You know, I said, I'm 12 foot wide. It'd be a little easier for me and everybody else if we could, you know. And he was a nice guy. He said, sure, no, not a problem, buddy. He moved over, I pulled in so I could get as far to the right as possible, so everybody fit into the, into the parking spots. And we walked in together into the store and chit-chatted. You know, I went to use the facilities. He was in line to, you know, buy a drink or whatnot. I mean, he did me a favor. So when he was paying for his drink, a candy bar, and I think a cigar or something, you know, I reached up and paid for his bill. You know, civility, courtesy, decency, kindness. You know, that's all we need and want in the world, and everything I think works out a little bit better. You know, he didn't have to, but he's being a nice guy. I didn't have to buy his little purchase. I did, to return that same kindness. You know, it's easy. You know? And like I said, going through little Williamsburg, Indiana here, and just a sign saying please. I love that. You know, that just kind of restores, you know, keeps my faith in humanity at a nice high level. We have enough in the world that's disgusting, enough in the world that's evil and trash and garbage. You know, just basic civility and manners. I don't know, I guess in my book, that's a great thing. That just makes the world a little bit easier to live in, a life to be a little bit more pleasant. Everybody wins. All right, I'm doing the speed limit. Where you need to go there, CIT. You had no reason to pass me. I'm doing the speed limit. There you go. Somebody who's in a rush. Limit, not one limitation on what he can do and how he can do on the highways beyond normal road laws. Yeah, he wants to, you know, he has a need to, he got to get there. Yes. Economy, Indiana. Looking nice there, Snub. Bring it down to 30. So we're going to bring her down into 14th gear here. Nice easy roll through town. Now, these are those small towns that were built by farming,
Right curve ahead.
hanging on only by farming for the most part, or everybody who works here works in a small business. They have enough support from outside, or they commute to one of the bigger cities like Indianapolis, like up here in Anderson, back over to Richmond. But I always wanted to see these small towns have a little bit more local business going on, you know. But when you're that small, you're under 100 people, 200 people or less, it is kind of difficult to have all those businesses that you need in one. Grocery store, hardware store, automotive, clothing, you know, a decent mechanic, you know, plumbing, carpentry, all the basic, really important services, and all the little luxuries and stuff, restaurants and whatnot. I mean, I wish we could have more of that going on, but today, day and age, it just doesn't seem like it's as possible as it used to be, or as it was forced to be, simply because you just couldn't, you know, go anywhere. You know? All right, yeah. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome in. So we got about 5 more miles up here, and we're going to turn on to US 36. And we're going to head, so we're heading due west right now. We're going to turn a bit more to the northwest. And then we get on 36, we'll head a little bit more west. And all this back roading here is just so we can skip some narrow road on I-7. And a fun fact, well, fun to me, but there you go. At this intersection up here, if you make a left here and head south, you go down to Hagerstown, Indiana. Now, being as I'm from Maryland, from Baltimore, there's a Hagerstown, Maryland, which is quite a bit larger. But as far as I know, this is one of the very few states that has a Baltimore and a Hagerstown. I don't know of it existing anywhere else. There's some paving here up to the north. Nice. You know, like I said, if you turn left here, you go down to Hagerstown, Indiana. And I've done a lot of work in Hagerstown, Maryland. Been there many, many, many times. And hair metal band, 80s metal, or hard rock, whatever you want to classify it. The band called Kix, K-I-X, was from Hagerstown, Maryland.
Left curve ahead.
not that important of a little tidbit, but more of the useless knowledge that I possess. But there you go. And here's lovely downtown Louisville. I doubt it. But that's what it's saying where we are on the old map here. So why it was named that, or what's the origin of it, I think it's been lost to the mists of time. Maybe if you look on the internet, there may be a blurb about it on Wikipedia or something. Who knows? 1822, Frederick Lusant came to Indiana, territory, and found a purple and green frog that attacked him in the middle of the night, crawled in his ear, and infected his brain, like on the Wrath of Khan. Who knows? Why the town is named what it's named. Randolph County, here we are. And this is the second Wayne County I've been in on this trip, which, another tidbit, that's my middle name, so there you go. We passed Roberts Road, been to 2 Wayne counties. Now we just got to find a Simmons Road, county, city, town, street, who knows. There's a lot of truck traffic on this road. I didn't think there'd be that much. I mean, it is a U.S. road, but I think it's about 3 dozen trucks we passed. All right. Almost 11 o'clock, and we are still not on the road around Indianapolis. Yeah, I have a serious doubt that I'm going to get to Everett, Washington, 7 a.m. on October the 7th to meet that crane. I'm really thinking that
Half a mile, you have reached your destination.
I'm seriously doubting I'm going to make that meeting with that crane, but permits are permits. There's not a dang thing I can do about it. Okay, skip that waypoint. Here we go. US 36. Okay, Pizza Barn. Well, it is red, so they got that part of the barn right.
Turn at the first left onto West US 36.
Louisantville. And I guess this here is the downtown portion. Bring it on there, Kenworth. Let him get by. Be a nice guy. I ain't gonna hold up a man moving the bacon. Yeah, driver, I ain't gonna hold up the man moving the bacon for me. He's got a truck full of little piggies. Biggie. All right, so we got about 24 miles up here to Indiana 109. We're going to make a right-hand turn onto that. That's going to take us up to Anderson, Indiana. And that up there, we're gonna get onto I-69 and take that southwest down to Indianapolis. Which, if we had stayed on I-70, we would already have been there by now. But whatever. Looks like a field of beans there of some type. And a couple cornfields up here. Moreland. Enter Henry County. Now, while I do like driving, you know, on these types of roads a lot more than the highway, well, that's a kind of a complicated subject. 12 foot wide for the wide load going west. We're going to slow down here and move over as far as I can. There we go. 2 wide loads meeting on the back roads, Moreland, Indiana. Now he's over 12 foot 6. That's why he has the that's why he has that Escort. But the rules and regulations for each and every state vary a little bit, but they're somewhat uniform. There are a little bit differences here and there, but every state has a set of codified law regarding, you know, what can and can't be done when you are oversized. When you're 8 foot 6 and 0.001 inches, you're wider than the truck is, or you're longer, you're taller, you're heavier than what is legal. You gotta have a permit. And some states have particular types of permits. House moving permits, farm equipment permits, you know, general annual permits. You know, I have annual permits for farm equipment. I have annual permits for, you know, construction equipment. You know, I have general annual permits. So, you know, it's all, you know, every state has the rules. And when I get a single trip permit, like I have here for Indiana, a good portion of those rules will be listed on the permit itself. So like here in Indiana, you know, I am required that I can only do 55 miles an hour on a specific route. I have limitations, i.e. curfew times, when I can start at the beginning of the day, when I must stop at the end of the night. I have specific roads I am required to follow for this particular trip. There might be curfews on the road itself. No, you cannot go on I-70 mile marker 242 to 258, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m., 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. You know, and we have to time ourselves to avoid that kind of stuff. So it's not an easy, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, here's the rules we got to obey. You know, got to have flags, got to have flashing lights, banners. We might need to have escorts, depending on, you know, what the conditions are for our load. You might need police escort as well. You might need somebody to come out and look at a bridge and say if we are safe to go across the bridge because we weigh too much. You know, we get shut down for holidays. We can't, almost every state, the major holidays, we can't drive. And the day before that holiday, we gotta be shut down by noon in most states. A lot of states, if you're a certain size, you cannot drive at night. I mean, like this load here, I can't drive at night in most of the states I'm going through. You know, so half an hour before sunrise I can start. Half an hour after sunset I must stop. Well, private property doesn't matter. You know, private property is entirely different than a state-controlled road. So if I was on private property, if this was a privately owned, wholly privately owned road, no state, county, or federal maintenance on it, yeah, you know, I would be subject to the rules that the owner of the road set forth. It's like being in a Walmart parking lot. I can drive in a circle as fast as I want. If I could safely do 200 miles an hour in this truck in the Walmart parking lot, as long as Walmart let me do it, not one single law would be broken. Now, I do 1 mile over the speed limit on this road run by the state of Indiana, I'm in violation of the law. Not only the normal road laws, but also in violation of my permit. They would nail me twice for that. That's the thing with doing oversized, being on permits. It's double jeopardy. Okay, so like in back in Connecticut where I picked this load up, one of the rules is that I am not allowed into any other lane except the right-hand lane. It must be in the right-hand lane exclusively. I may not pass anybody. Even if they're doing 2 miles an hour, I am not allowed to pass them in another lane. The only exception to being outside of a right-hand lane is if I have a left-hand exit off the highway or a left-hand turn off a side street. And I can only be in that lane a certain amount of distance. Now, I think it's 1 mile on the interstate and a 1/4 mile on the side streets, on the secondary, third, tertiary roads. Newcastle, Indiana. And we are carrying a piece of concrete from Old Castle Infrastructure. There you go. See, now, like I said, driving in this kind of area, this is a lot nicer looking than the interstate. Ooh, maple syrup, 1 mile to the north. Newcastle, Indiana, US 36. I didn't know they made anybody could make maple syrup here in Indiana. You learn something every day.
Speed limit reduced ahead.
Indiana 3. Passing right here. Take that north up to Muncie. Take it south to Newcastle. And as far as I remember, I've never been on Indiana 3. I've definitely never been on this road.
Speed limit reduced ahead.
Yeah, down into 16th. Mount Summit, Indiana. Bring her down into 14th. Bring it down to 13th. Keep my RPMs up a little bit higher for the power. We are going uphill just a little bit. Wood-fired pizza. We're fired up. 1,000 degree wood-fired pizza. Wow, look at that nice car. Look at that old Bel Air. Yep, looks like an old Chevy Bel Air. Sweet. Pink and black, harkening back to the old 50s. Sparky's Doghouse, beer, wine, and liquor. The old railroad tracks here. Yeah, we got through right before the train. There's a train up there, up to the north. Switzer tank lines. K-Rod, specialty metals. See, if I lived in Indiana, small town like that, that'd be the kind of place I'd drive a truck at. You know? Local. Which lets me and my wife buy the property that we're going to settle down at. Dina's Mulberry Inn, bed and breakfast. That looked like a nice little building. That looked like a nice little building from what I could see. Nice and quiet, off the main drag for the most part. I would see, that's the kind of thing I would like to do. I would like to run a bed and breakfast. A quiet little country house. People have a tennis court, swimming pool, little restaurant attached to it. Like Bob Newhart did on the Newhart show. Well, not the Newhart show, but Newhart back in the 80s. I mean, run a little bed and breakfast. Just nice and slow, calm, peaceful life. Shadow Trailer World. And here we are. This is mine. Roberts Construction. You didn't know I owned that, did you? It's all mine. Lots of old equipment there, cranes and whatnot. Iron Kettle Restaurant. Middletown, Indiana. And we passed Middletown, New York yesterday. Alright, bring her down into 16th. Down to 15. Sulphur Springs. Metal Art Incorporated. It's like this sign right here, 27 miles an hour, and a thank you. Why is that so hard to do in a big city? A big city like my hometown of Baltimore, like Chicago, like Indianapolis, like, Los Angeles, A simple little thing like thank you. It may seem like a very small, unnecessary thing, but it's that constant reinforcement of courtesy, civility, kindness, decency. Little tiny things like that just make life a lot nicer. Peter Precision Power Wash. Suburban Paint. Sulphur Springs Christian Church. Get a little renovation there going on. It's like a rigging or a crane company right there. Alright, we are about 9 miles away from our turn. Tri-County Golf Club, 3 miles to the north. We got a wide load up here, looks like. Yeah, we've got 2 of them in a row here. They are barely wide. Stay on your own side there, buddy. So we've done a whopping 174.2 miles. We left before 7 a.m. It's taken me 4 hours. We left just about basically 4 hours ago. It's taken 4 hours to go 174 miles. If we had been on the highway, we could have done 280. We've lost 110 miles on our trip out to Everett, Washington from Avon, Connecticut. Wow. Not enjoying this run at all, my friends. At all. Now, like I said, I don't mind going slow. I'm not worried about that. I don't mind being on the back roads. I rather enjoy this. This is much more an enjoyable ride than the interstate. But at the same time, I'm not here to enjoy it. I'm here to get the job done. And the state of Ohio, New York, Connecticut, Indiana, Illinois, Montana, Minnesota, Idaho, I have an annual permit. I can go, don't have to slow down for that. Washington, all of them are slowing me down and preventing me getting where I need to get to at the proper time. But there's not a thing I can do about it. So I'll cry and complain for about 5 minutes and I'll get over it. Good morning, good morning. As it still barely is good morning, 11:15 in the morning. Well, I thank you very much for that. I appreciate that. I mean, I'm just a simple man doing a simple job, leading a simple life. But I do appreciate that compliment. All right, school zone, 40 miles an hour. Let's slow the heck down here. Even though the little brats should be inside the building, not out running in the street. Shenandoah School, home of the Raiders. Belgian Horse Winery. Keep your 40 till the sign. And once you hit the sign, then we can accelerate back up to 55. It's like, you know, I'm not, like I said, I'm not trying to minimize the compliment. Thank you very much. I do appreciate it. And it's like my wife, you know. What she sees in me half the time, I don't fully understand. I don't think I'm that amazing a human being. I try to be. I try to be a good person, try to be a good man. But I know my faults, I know my weaknesses, I know my shortcomings. And I've made sure my wife knows those, so she's fully aware what kind of person I am. And yet she marries me anyway. Every single day she marries me. So
Speed limit reduced ahead.
I don't know sometimes. Mechanicsburg. There's another town that is in Maryland. Or is that Pennsylvania? Mechanicsville, Mechanicsburg. That's one of them. It's all in the Mid-Atlantic area. A couple of houses for sale. And your typical sleepy, quiet Indiana farming town. I saw a gravestone, a headstone there. The last name was literal. I wonder how many times that family's heard that joke. Literally? Literal? Are you being literal? Oh, well, you know, it's State Trooper Roy E. Jones Memorial Highway. Thank you, Officer Jones. I appreciate it. All right, 3 miles, 2-hour turn. We're on to Indiana 109. Then it's like 4 miles up to I-69. Stanfield Iris Farms. This guy's making a turn, so slow down here a little bit so we don't run up in the back of him. Jeff Boone, Mort Auction Field. Cars and trucks and farm equipment and trailers and everything else. Madison County Winery. And this is not the Madison County with the covered bridges. Well, I'll do that then. Thank you very much. Well, our little excursion through the back roads of Indiana is pretty much almost done here. Another 5 miles. So like I said, we're going to go up here to we're going to turn here on the I-109. We're going to I-69. That'll take us down to Indianapolis on the 465. We're going to go the long way around Indianapolis, around the south side. You know, Shadeland Avenue. You know, to past I-65, whatnot. Over I-70. We'll cross I-70 twice, once on each side. Get around this mail truck. Pumpkins, half price, low price. Locust Grove Storage.
Right onto South State Road 109. Speed limit reduced ahead.
Oh my goodness, we got a red light. Actual traffic light. Emporia, Indiana. Now I passed by Emporia there in,
Left curve ahead.
what was that, Kansas? Across the old railroad tracks here.
Turn right onto
Kokomo
South
Grain
State
Company,
Road 109.
Marklettville, Indiana. And turn north. And that's about as much fun as I can stand. I don't know about you. So a lot of harvesting starting, you know, here it is, October. Farmers have been checking their crops for the last couple weeks. When is it ready? When is it ready? When is it ready? They're getting everything geared up and hitting it hard now. I've been seeing harvesting going on for the past 5 days. So the next couple of weeks are going to be very, very busy for the farmers.
Right road ahead.
Thank God they do work as hard as they do, because we all get to live in the lap of luxury where we never really know starvation. We never really know true hunger.
2 miles. Turn left toward Indianapolis.
We never, no, virtually nobody in the modern world, in the countries that we're in now, you know, the Western world, we never really know a lot of privation. We never really suffer all that much. It's because of people like that. You know, farmers out there every day, up before dawn, out till after the lights go out, working hard every day. Mancore, I have no idea what that building is for, what they do. They got to do something. But whatever. All right, so and what we got here looks like a lumber yard or something. Maybe a Menard right here. Tractor Supply. Looks like a hotel. Yeah, Menards. I still have yet to be in a Menards. I wanted to stop at one day, see what it looks like on the inside, because I heard it's a little bit different than Home Depot or Lowe's. I mean, that is definitely different than an Ace Hardware or a True Value, definitely. There's a Myers. I've never been in a Meijer grocery store either. KFC, Culver's, great burgers. I was really pleased the first time I ever ate at Culver's. Red Roof, Golden Corral, Jersey Mike's looks like, or Montana Mike's. Was not really impressed with Montana Mike's. Or was that Montana Grill? Over there near Zionville, northwest corner of Indianapolis. You know, I stopped in. I ate at either a Montana Grill or Montana Mike's. I think it was a Montana Grill. But I was not truly impressed with that one.
Turn at the first left onto I-69 south toward Indianapolis.
All right. Got Steak and Shake, Popeyes, Hardee's, Burger King, McDonald's, a Wendy's. I see a Taco Bell up there. But this is Anderson, Illinois, or Indiana. There's a Texas Roadhouse, a Buffalo Wild Wings right around the corner. There's a Maya, taco place, Mexican place right there. Right off the highway, so you got plenty of places to do that. Waffle House, of course. Get off the phone, lady. Smoking a cigarette and playing on her phone while she's supposed to be driving. Lord. Pizza produce, I thought I said pizza produce. Piazza produce.
Speed limit reduced ahead.
All right, I-69. We got basically 26 miles to exit 200. So we basically got half an hour to Indianapolis. But even though the highway may be 65, 70 miles an hour, we are still only allowed to do 55 because of permits. Ah, lordy, lordy, lordy. Set our cruise. And away we go. Ivy Tech Community College. Well, oh, well, oh, well. So we're just gonna, I said, mosey our way down here. Like I said, we have not really been lighting it up. All that extra distance we got to do, all the slow speed we got to do, losing half an hour because of an accident. We are not making a whole heck of a lot of progress. Well, well. But them's the brakes. Oakley Brothers Distillery, Goods Candy Shop. Jack's Donuts, Skyline Chili. I still have not tried Skyline Chili. 1 tube, haven't been able to yet. Alrighty. Oh Lord, it just is what it is. Mile marker 223/6. Oh, Lord, I tell you. I should have been well past Indianapolis already. I mean, I probably should be about 10 miles away, 15 miles away from Illinois at this moment in time, if I were able to do, the highway speed, but we're a good 45, 45, 55 miles behind where it would be if we had a legal size load. I enjoy doing the oversized load stuff, but man, sometimes it's just annoying. All the extra rules and regulations I got to deal with, the restrictions on where I can go, when I can go, how fast I can go. Sometimes being supervised. That to me, the thing. Having an escort to be supervised. That part. It's like. Yeah, well, it just is what it is. Well, I'm just looking forward to my dinner date with my wife on Saturday. We still have zero idea what we're going to be making. And yes, that sign is correct. That's the Nestle plant right there. Nestle Quick, right there. Mile marker 221 is where, if you're looking on Google Maps, Apple Maps, you'll be able to find it. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Pendleton, Noblesville. QDD, Quick Daddy Donuts. JVC Mortgage voted a 2021 top USA workplace. Yeah, because they really don't do anything. You come in, you sit at a desk, you talk on the phone all day, you go home. You don't really do anything. You shuffle papers, you write stuff down, you type in the computer, you talk on the phone, you look stuff up. Not exactly a high pressure, high intensity activity kind of job. Tractor Supply Distribution Center. Well. I-465, 19 miles. A little less than that, because that's where I'm going to be getting off at the ramp. So. Pardon me. That's been that way for a while, so. So they're moving a pretty big chunk of machinery there. Police escorts, front and rear, plus pilot car and two pilot cars, 3 police escort. And the most escort I've ever had was 2 pilot cars, 1 in front, 1 in the rear. And now it's just about Thanksgiving of 2019, right before Thanksgiving, or right after Thanksgiving. They're in Arizona. We had like a 100-mile detour. There were 6 trucks, all going the same place, same time, all of them valley. You know, so we picked up in California. Madera, California, pick up air conditioners, going to Dallas, Texas. We had 1 escort there in California, Madera, coming up and down the Grapevine, down to Los Angeles and out I-10, out to Ehrenberg. We had no escort from Ehrenberg over to Eloy, Arizona, where we all stopped for the Thanksgiving holiday. Monday, I believe it was that next Monday, we were able to get going again. I got stuck in the mud, had to get a tow out on that trip. Had 2 different escorts there in New Mexico, all over the frickin' place. Got into Texas around Hobbs, New Mexico. And then worked our way, no escort, 14-foot wide, all the way over to Dallas, which was that was the best part of the trip once I got to Texas. Oh, well. All right, we are coming into the metropolitan area of Indianapolis, Hamilton County. Yeah, it was. I mean, at that point, 14-foot wide was the widest load I've ever taken. I had 5 foot, I've had, 10 foot, 11 foot up to that point, but that was a fun load. I mean, I enjoyed that. I mean, 14-foot wide, going through Los Angeles area in traffic. That was a pain in the neck. I mean, there's no way to be inconspicuous with that, but changing lanes was not easy. Dealing with merging traffic wasn't easy, but it taught me a lot. And so when I'm taking a 12-foot wide load now that I can see over the top of, and I can see around very easily. Now this doesn't faze me. This is nothing. Wendy's, Starbucks, Panera, Culver's, Perkins, and Famous Dave's. The Starbucks, I don't drink coffee or tea. I think their other prices are way too high, so I don't like Starbucks. Culver's, I ate very recently. They're in Georgia. Had a good time. I had a great burger there, so I enjoyed that. Wendy's, Wendy's is Wendy's. Famous Dave's, I actually had out there in California in the beginning of 2018. I thought it was a waste of money. It just wasn't to my taste. Perkins, I've had Perkins once up there in, I think it was Helena, Montana. Yeah, it was Helena, Montana. I had Perkins once. It's like IHOP. It's like Denny's. I mean, it wasn't all that great. Now you see my turn signal there, jackass. You know, there's a reason why I put my turn signal on. But no, you want to drive like an idiot. Borg Warner. No idea what they do. And there's an Embassy Suites Hotel, Holiday Express and Suites. Got to watch these people getting on the highway here. You gonna look out your window? No turn signal on. See, if you're looking out your window, you can merge a lot better, a lot safer. But you didn't. Hamilton Town Center. There's a movie theater, Cabela's. Wow. All right, just about 9 miles. We're going to get on to 465. We have finally passed 203.6 miles so far. We're going to stop at the Loves down here at exit 59. Not that one, sorry. Yeah, we're going to stop. Alright, so we're going to stop at Crawfordsville. Now we got to get around Indianapolis, back up to I-74, head a little bit to the north, to the west-northwest. We're going to stop in there. We're going to top up our fuel. We're going to do our 30-minute break. Pardon me. And then we'll see where we can get to the rest of the day. That's rough. In Crawfordsville is roughly 55, 60 minutes away. So we'll probably get to Crawfordsville just about 1 o'clock, roughly. Okay, maybe just a little bit before. We still have 590 miles to go to company headquarters, which is basically a full day's drive. You know, at the speed I'm going. So we'll still have roughly 300 miles minimum to drive tomorrow, just to get to company headquarters. You know, a day. You know, basically half a day after I wanted to be there. So like I said, getting out to Everett, Washington is not going to be fun. Hey, Hawaii, you have a good day. Thanks for joining me. Be safe out there, brother. Have a good one. Roto-Rooter. Stratosphere Quality. No idea what they do there. Office Works. Probably office furniture, more than likely. There's a batting cage, golfing, a driving range right there. Yeah, there's that golf range right there. There's an O'Charlie's. At 4.4 miles to our turn. I think I need to get over at least one lane here. Get off your phone. You're supposed to be driving a car, not looking up, you know, where your where the next jumping jam for your kids is located. Oh, my Lord, my Lord, my Lord, my Lord. Indiana Tech. Church, Hiddle, and Atrum. That's it. It's been a very slow day. Not slow in a good way either. Starbucks, IHOP, Qdoba, Jersey Mudds, Pandora Smoothie King, the Bubba's, Taco Bell, Arby's, Peterson's. No idea what they do at the Peterson's, but I think it's a restaurant. Hooters, Denny's, White Castle, Starbucks.
Exit on the right, onto I-465 south toward I-465.
All four of which I can't stand. Back when I was, still in Maryland, still in Baltimore, every year getting our pesticide applicator license renewed. A lot of times with the convention center or the meeting or where the renewal process is being taken place, industry, trade fair and all that stuff was going on. Oftentimes it was pretty near a Hooters. This is like this is back in the 90s. And it's like everybody wanted to go to Hooters. Oh, let's go to there. They have some fantastic food, some disgusting food. The only reason to go to Hooters is to ogle at the waitresses. That's the only reason to go to Hooters. The food sucks. When the first time we went to Hooters, I got like a cheesesteak or something like that. It's like it was disgusting. It was one of the worst sandwiches I ever had in my life. The second year, went to Hooters, I think I got a salad or soup or something. That too was god-awful. Year 3, 4, and 5, the 3 more years following, we went to Hooters as well. I did not eat anything. It was that disgusting. Everybody else got something to eat. I ate nothing.
First exit on the right.
It was absolutely that horrible. Hey, Robert, it's free food. Why don't you get something to eat? I'm not eating this garbage.
Left onto I-465 south I-400.
And I said that. And now granted, the first time I said that, I accidentally said it in front of the waitress, but I still meant it. But I should have had a little bit more tact, but I really didn't care. The waitress was not happy, but I didn't have to worry about her spitting in my food or the cook spitting in my food because I wasn't going to eat anything anyway. I actually said, I'm not eating any of this garbage. That's what it is to me. Hooters is the only reason to go in there is to stare and ogle at the waitresses. That's the only reason. Might as well just be a strip club. I mean, Hooters is one of those places that offers absolutely nothing to me. I mean, and even if the food is free, which it would have been, which it was at the time, because the company was paying for the lunch, it wasn't even worth being free. They couldn't even have paid me to eat that stuff. It was like, And everybody would sit there and watch me just sitting back. I'd have a bottle of Pepsi or a bottle of water, just sit there and chit chat and talk while they all ate. I really didn't care, I don't know what your problem is, Robert. What's your problem, Simmons? I don't like it. Well, it's free, so what? And ass kicking will be free too. Doesn't mean I have to enjoy that. You know, hey Harry, how you doing? Sorry I didn't see you there. You know, like I said, you know, Hooters is one of them places that I just cannot stand. You know, my expectation for a lot of places is real low. Waffle House, Denny's, Huddle House, Iron Skillet, Country Pride, you know, places like that are real low in my expectations. You know, Panera Bread. I don't like wasting my money at Panera Bread either. It's good food for the most part, but they got a pretentious attitude half the time. It's not as fast as I would like it to be. It's not to my taste. Overall, I mean, it's a good place to go, but it's just not for me, you know? That's why I like cooking in the truck. I make what I want, when I want, how I want, the way I want. Everything is to absolute perfection for my taste. 3 times cheaper, you know? I mean, I can go to Logan Roadhouse, Texas Roadhouse, Longhorns, Outback Steakhouse, any number of steak places. And I can get a fairly decent steak, but I can do it better myself. That's not bragging, that's not being arrogant, it's just because I know exactly how I want it. And I'm gonna get the spices and the seasoning and the way it's cooked exactly the way, not the way he wants to do it. Their idea of a steak. But like I said, that's my opinion, and that's all that really matters. You know? I mean, I'm sure there's some places around the country that are the most fantastic restaurants you could ever want to eat at. And sometimes they are places I want to eat at, and I'm willing to pay the money. But you give me a choice of making fried rice myself or going to Panda Express. Well, I think Panda Express is going to kind of lose every time. Now, either I make a bacon cheeseburger with a fried egg on it in the truck to my specifications, or I go to any number of burger joints and be disappointed.
65 South.
Well, guess what? Now, I'm not against going to a restaurant, but I am always prepared to be disappointed, so there you go. Okay, I'm gonna skip that waypoint. Not going to Lebanon. Going to Crawfordsville. Pilot Travel Center, 247. Now, Rand McNally wants to put me onto I-70, but I can't go through downtown, so
Half a mile. Take the right onto I-70 west toward Indianapolis.
A, because the permit won't let me. B, the road is closed.
Speed limit reduced ahead.
All right, CVS Distribution Center. Shadeland Avenue.
Like you said, a dumb fucker.
Yeah, that was not enough.
Onto I-70 west toward Indianapolis.
That was enough of that. People need to be foul on the radio. Oh Lord. Okay. So like I said, we got about an hour or so up to Crawfordsville. Let's see, it is just a little bit after 12 o'clock. Eastern time. Once we get into Indiana, right before we get to Indiana, or I'm sorry, into Illinois, or at Illinois, we'll cross into Central Time. So we're getting that hour back on the daylight.
26 on the right toward Washington State.
So that helps a little bit. I said we're going to stop up here in Crawfordsville at the Pilot. We're going to top up our fuel, top up our diesel exhaust fluid. We're going to do a 30-minute break.
Speed limit reduced ahead.
We're going to review our Illinois permit.
Take the first exit on the right.
I need to get a few batteries because in Illinois, I need to have flashing lights on the back, and I know my a couple of flashing lights, the batteries have been drained down, so I need to pick up some new batteries to make sure I'm good and legal. One of the many rules you got to I got to adhere to. Holy mackerel! Okay. Like I said, we're gonna get our Indiana rule book out, rules and regulations. We're gonna read the permit. I mean, I've already read it once. I know it's fine, but I'm just gonna reread it to make sure that's in my head as we enter into Illinois. Make sure we have all of our ducks in a row so we don't have any problems on the road or at the way stations.
In half a mile, take the first exit on the right onto Brookville Road.
Now, when we get ourselves up to the Mississippi River, those scales up that way, Rock Island, they're on,
Take the first exit on the right onto Brookville Road.
we are not going on Brookville Road. Why is it trying to,
Speed limit reduced ahead.
it's trying to turn me around and go around the north side, which I would have preferred to do, but permit won't let me. Get off my side there, knucklehead. If you learn how to merge on the highway, that wouldn't be a problem. Ridiculous. Drive a little car like that, and you're not going to worry about your own safety.
In half a mile, keep left onto I-465 South.
Marion County Fairgrounds.
Keep left onto I-465 South.
Now up here on the northwest side of Indianapolis, up in Zionsville, I spent a lot of time up there with my first company, Watkins Shepherd. They had a terminal there. Oh, really? I'm glad you liked it, Harry. I am thoroughly glad you liked it. I mean, because guys like you who were there from the beginning, you know, when I was just first starting out doing YouTube and Facebook, you know, back when I had 45, 125, you know, subscribers, and it was like, let me do something a little nice for the people, you know. Got those hats made at the Iowa 80, world's largest truck stop. Unfortunately, it took like a month and a half, almost 2 months actually to get them sent out. And I did that in Benson, Arizona. No, not Benson, Buckeye, Arizona. A little bit west of Phoenix. I stopped for the weekend there in Buckeye, and I walked from the Love's truck stop down into the town of Buckeye and mailed those out. 2 of them overseas and 2 of them in America. Ones going overseas were ridiculously expensive. It was like $75 to Australia, and it was like $80 to send a ball cap, you know, to England. It was ridiculous. Tell you what, I would love to get one of these campers here, little travel trailers, a pickup, and do nothing but go to campgrounds and national parks for the rest of my life. I would like to do that for the rest. I wouldn't mind doing that for the rest of my life. That would be sweet. All right, we got about 17 miles here around Indianapolis. Let's get on to I-74, which will head us out to Peoria, Illinois. Oh, Lordy, taking forever. Yeah, but those hats aren't too bad. I mean, like I said, I got a couple of This Trucker's Lives hats. I got my winter coat, my high visibility with the label on there. I got a couple of t-shirts with that on the chest, and I got a hoodie. Or no, I got a beanie. I got a beanie with it. With that on there, and not too bad. Oh, Lord. I-65 south to Louisville. I run up and down I-65 so many times. Like I said, when I was doing that work at my first trucking company, coming out of Zionville here at the northwest corner of Indianapolis, I was in this area a lot. A whole heck of a lot. But there's a Mexican chain, restaurant chain here in this area called Abuelos. That was one of those places I enjoyed going to. I mean, right up, not too far up the road, I think it's 86th Avenue, 86th Street. You have the Walmart down at one end. At the other end, over next to the highway, you had an Arby's, a Burger King, a Chili's, or a Chi-Chi's, or no, I think it was a Chili's. You had the Abuelos. There was a Cold Stone Creamery, a Montana Grill. You had the movie theater behind that. You had a Michael's, hobby store. I mean, it was a nice place to do a little bit of shopping. It wasn't too bad, because, I would do my 34-hour reset at the terminal, bobtail up there, have lunch, do a little bit of shopping, watch a movie, a little bit of ice cream, have a little bit of dinner. Wasn't too bad. Wasn't too bad at all. And Indianapolis was a pretty decent place to do some work in. I mean, compared to some cities like Chicago, Detroit, I always hated going to those places, to there.
And them little dump trucks thinks they're little Porsche drivers, that's why I always bump into things, right? Yeah, they couldn't
Oh, well. All right, we're on due south here on from Indianapolis. We are directly at the south of City Center right now. And so we got about 48 miles out to Crawfordsville. And I sure could use a break. And like I said, all right, this Pilot and Flight J, I do not like stopping there. It's crowded, it's dirty, it has not been very well maintained. And I went there, I went to both of them twice, and that's the kind of location I will never go to ever again. Not enjoyable at all. We fly. Ball State University. And that guy's wearing a stethoscope and dressed in nurses' scrubs. That's not the kind of doctor or medical professional I want to deal with. Z-Trip. I guess that's like Uber and Lyft. Pay attention there, idiot. You know, merging on the highway is an easy thing. Look out your window once in a while. I swear. Reckless and dangerous. Thank you very much for endangering my life. I appreciate it. Moron. Like I said, that's the number one thing that aggravates me on the highway. Yeah, but I've said that spiel so many times, it's kind of useless to say it again. So, a long, slow day. We'll have roughly 5 hours and we'll have about 5 hours and 20 minutes. 5.5 hours of drive time available. Once we get here to Crawfordsville. What's that going to be? That's going to take so it'll take us about 45 minutes to get to Illinois. I believe I can only do 55 in Illinois as well. I might be able to do 60. I'm trying. I said I have to look up the rules and regulations and check the permit, see what it actually says. Now I can travel at night in Illinois if I have escorts, but they're not going to pay for escorts for this. But I said I got to break out the permit, the rules and regulations that I have printed out for every state. I'm gonna pull that out and see what speed I can go If I'm lucky, if I am very lucky, I can do full speed in Illinois, which will be 70 miles an hour. Really? You had to do that, didn't you? Jackass. You know, cutting off a big truck is dangerous in it itself. Cutting one off that has all these lights and banners and flashing, you know, and flags flapping in the wind, that's especially stupid. I mean, people. Please don't. There was zero need to do that. Between two trucks, just so you get off at an exit, which you should already know 2 miles ahead where you should be, you're going to do that? I mean, it doesn't make any sense. And there's the airport off to our left-hand side. Wow, really? Man, people are just being real stupid and dangerous today. My goodness. Just can't seem to drive with any common sense. Oh, Lord, I swear. It just... Electrical Training Institute. Crew car wash. $16 an hour. My God. Things are just getting ridiculous. McDonald's, 15 miles an hour or more. I was in Colorado. The McDonald's there was hiring for some ridiculous money, dollars per hour, plus an apartment. Oh well. Well, there ain't much more to this than riding along, so I think I've yammered on enough. So I was going to say, I'll turn this off and just stare off into space as I often do. So thank you all for joining me. Have a good day. God bless. Talk to you all later.